The distinctive crunch of wrecking cars is a sound that can never be unheard. To most, the sound is a reminder of a close call, but to others, it's a conclusion to a shortened life. According to the Illinois Department of Transportation, in 2012, the number of car accidents in McHenry County was 4,708. 22 of these crashes were fatal. In total, there were 621 fatal crashes in the top 23 most accident-prone counties of Illinois.
McHenry County has the highest fatal accident-to-accident ratio out of the 4 closest counties. For about every 200 accidents in McHenry County, a person dies. That number is extremely high when compared to Cook County, whose accident rate is nearly 1 death out of every 500 crashes, and even DuPage County, who's 1 out of every 800.
Head of Truck and Traffic Enforcement of the McHenry County Sheriff's Department, Andrew Thomas emphasizes the fatal 5: DUI, lack of seatbelts, following too close in lane violations, speeding, and distracted driving.
Distracted driving is the most deadly of the fatal 5. Some of the top distractors are using a cell phone,
on my face.
eating and drinking,
So Channing Tatum,
talking to
was in that
passengers,
movie, The Vow, and his butt was really cute.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
grooming. That's such an odd word. Reading,
Dude, I'm totally gonna do this workout tonight. I need to get rid of my flabs. Okay, no, this is
changing the radio,
I don't like it. I love this song. I think this is good. Nope.
texting is the most alarming distraction due to the required visual, manual, and cognitive distraction from the drive. A quarter of teens respond to a text message once or more every time they drive. 20% of teens and 10% of parents admit that they have had extended multi-message text conversations while driving. Engaging in visual manual subtasks, such as reaching for a phone, dialing, and texting, associated with the use of handheld phones and other portable devices, increase the risk of getting into a crash by nearly 3 times.
Next to distracted driving, intersections are one of the most potentially fatal components of the road. Cross traffic disrupts the flow of vehicles, creating a higher chance of collision. Within the city of McHenry, some hazardous intersections would include Bulvary Road and Curran Road, Crystal Lake Road and Dartmoor Drive, and Route 120 and Richmond Road.
The deadly consequences from irresponsible drivers leaves effects on themselves, their cars, and the things and people around them. When drivers are careless, people get hurt. Nikki Cole, a 3-time accident victim, explains her story.
And the first one, which was in Chicago, it fractured several levels of my lumbar spine. It also tore and separated my shoulder. The second accident, I had just had surgery because of the first accident, and it actually damaged the work that they did, so I had to have another surgery. And the one in Crystal Lake, there was no injury.
Nikki's injuries continue to cause her great pain on a daily basis. Even the smallest bumper-to-bumper accidents can cause whiplash, neck pain, and concussion-like symptoms. Bigger, more serious crashes can cause, but are not limited to, hydrocephalus, a buildup of spinal fluid, post-concussion syndrome, bone breaks, and traumatic brain injury. Accidents can cause serious psychological effects like post-traumatic stress disorder and emotional trauma. Thankfully, injuries and accidents overall are preventable to a certain degree. Factors such as weather and animals that get in the way are uncontrollable, but control of factors can be managed with improvements such as more police regulation, increasing people's responsibility on the road, and more fluid roadway construction.
Sergeant Karen Groves of the McHenry County Sheriff's Department shares her concern about people and their responsibility towards driving.
People for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are people are really, really, really the cause of most accidents. Whether the leading causes of most accidents are, drivers being distracted, driving too fast, that type of thing. So yeah, no, it's definitely people.
Because drivers are the main problem of the road, police enforcement and stricter laws help control them. One new example of a stricter law is the hands-free law, which Sergeant Groves believes will help reduce accidents.
Or having them use the hands-free, I think, is the first step in, reducing accidents because of cell phone use.
There are strict laws already in place about speeding on the roads, so therefore officers must take a different approach to controlling drivers.
Reducing speed, you have to have a lot of enforcement. People have to realize that if they're speeding, there's a possibility they're going to get a ticket, which costs them a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have enforcement to bring people's speeds down, and you have to have some education too. When sometimes you have people come into the school and talk about speeding and show you cars that were wrecked and things like that. I think that really helps younger people maybe some of them slow down and use a little more caution. But education and enforcement, and then there's like engineering, making sure the roads are structured properly so that there are not accidents.
An up-and-becoming revolution to dangerous roadway construction is the roundabout.
The nice thing about a roundabout is that if there is an accident in a roundabout, it's usually not very serious because people are going kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it'll be just kind of a minor fender bender. So, so in a roundabout you wouldn't have really a serious accident, but prior to that you might have had a regular intersection.
Yeah.
And you might have had a more serious accident in an intersection.
Citizen feedback is also important to making the roadway safer. Contacting the police department about hazardous conditions allows officers to patrol those problematic areas.
I think the community does try to, when they see something that seems dangerous, I do think that they try to, make a phone call to the police or whatever to try to warn them that there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's kind of out of their hands, and it's on to whoever else's hands. Our hands or the county to try to resolve the problem. But I think so you do get people that will call and say, hey, I see a problem here. So that's good. But I do think that citizens, what they can do is keep that going, continue to try to call and say when they see something that's dangerous to call in and let the police department know, hey, I saw this, the traffic signals are out here, or, whatever they see on their travels that looks dangerous, they just call and report it so that somebody, we can take care of it or somebody can take care of it.
The roads in McHenry County are some of the more hazardous in the state, but measures can be taken to clean up the roadways. Police regulation will force drivers to hold off the gas pedal and prevent careless driving. Roadway construction will create more fluid driving conditions, and the community can help through active participation. All of these steps require active involvement, but will bind the community together as well as save lives down the road.
This project's gonna be the death of us.
Look into my eyes, Mrs. Christo. Aren't they a motif?
Hi. Why are we crying?
I don't really know. Mrs. Christo, you did this to us. I hope you sleep very well at night.